ultimate evening routine to ignite your feminine energy. Story time on my channel. Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen if you have not yet seen any of my live streams. Love cooking for you guys, and today we're going to be talking about all the foods I eat specifically in the menstrual phase of my cycle to cycle sync my life to my personal hormones. This is the ultimate unlock if you've been dieting for your entire life, struggled to lose weight and balance your hormones. Learning how to eat for the specific points in your cycle is the ultimate hack I found to kind of keep weight off, have glowy skin without really trying that hard. I learned all about cycle syncing when I read this book, and this kind of taught me how your hormonal clock is actually to your advantage, not a detriment to your life. And Alyssa Vitti in the Flow talks about all of the different foods specifically that you should be having in different parts of your cycle. And I actually use this guy as a grocery list. So I'll know where I am in my cycle, say, oh, I'm in the luteal phase, and I'll know I'll have to eat foods off that to give my body the minerals it needs to be happy, healthy, and flourishing. Where would we be if I was cooking without my apron on? Nice. There's a little dress. She's so cute. Anyways, I'm getting ready for dinner situation set up today. So I've got all the foods out with me that I think are best during your menstrual stage. And I'll talk about how I use them so that you guys can incorporate them to have glowy skin during your cycle instead of having a pimple every time. Okay, the number one hack during your menstrual phase is to stop having caffeine and instead have raspberry leaf tea. This guy is such a game changer. I'm an addict to caffeine. I love my Nespresso, I love my frothy coffee, but your body needs this time to rest, and it's really bad for it to be pumping more stress and drugs in the form of caffeine into your system. If you want to keep yourself from getting breakouts, I would stop having things like coffee and chocolate during this time. Those are both trigger foods for the acne on my chin. And this is what I pick up, and I drink this throughout the course of my cycle, maybe like 1 or 2 bags a day. And this definitely helps me keep on track. So that's what I'll be drinking through the course of this video. It's still really hot. Okay, and then the main takeaway in this part of your cycle is you want to have gentle foods on your body. Soups, easy to digest fruits. You don't want to be having foods that are really difficult to digest because your stomach is probably already in a lot of pain with cramping. So you want to be using as much easily digestible food as possible. This is great. This is like the ultimate reference manual for cycle syncing. This will tell you here the foods that are best for you to eat. So she'll say to eat buckwheat, wild rice, beets, burdock, dulse, kale, kombu, mushrooms, wakame, water chestnuts, blackberry, blueberry, Concord grapes, watermelon, kidney beans, flaxseed, and pumpkin seeds. You kind of notice a general theme throughout that list that they are more easily to digest foods, and they're foods specifically that are rich in iron. During your menstrual phase, obviously your body is letting go of a lot of iron in your body, so you want to be eating foods like red kidney beans that put the iron back into your system. I always keep these on hand as like a sneaky snack to have during my cycle. This specifically is really good for your blood. I don't know if it's the iron or something else in the beets. I'm not a food scientist. There is iron, there's calcium, and there's vitamin D in these. But I know specifically if you have high blood pressure, my dad, he also takes a beet supplement that's supposed to help. So there's something in these guys that helps with blood flow in your body. I will just eat them out of the can, but if you want a little flavor, definitely pick up one of the Skinny Girl salad dressings. These are so yummy, and they have really good flavors. So this one, for example, is fat-free, sugar-free honey Dijon mustard, and there's only 10 calories. It's just all around a super win. And I can put this on everything and not feel kind of guilty about it. Some of the healthier salad dressings will be like 120 calories per tablespoon, and I'll think, I'm trying to eat the salad to be healthy, and now I'm just putting extra sauce on it, which is just nonsense calories. So these are some of my hacks. I will eat these together, and I will put this on salads and stuff as well. And then I always like to have the darker berries during this time. So blueberries are one of my favorites. Also love blackberries. These are the jumbo ones. I found these at Target. Look at how giant they are. GMOs at their best, right? Get the organic ones. Organic is always going to be better, but I just got the giant ones because I'm a child and I thought it would be fun to eat giant blueberries. And then another snack that I super recommend if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to give your body the right nutrients during your menstrual phase is seaweed snacks. I am a new convert to these guys. Before they came out with fun flavors, I wasn't sold on these. I do like seaweed in soups and stuff, like wok me when it's in miso soup, but I never ate it alone because I just felt it was weird without the sauce. But this is the teriyaki flavor, and guys, it's like so yummy. So highly recommend, and these only have 30 calories. If you ever need something to just kind of tide you over until you get a real meal, this is it, completely guilt-free. They taste delicious. They're obviously not very satiating. They're only 30 calories, but it'll kind of get you out of that hyper snacky mode until you can get a real meal in your system. So I love these. I stashed them in my car and I definitely take them to work as well. Oh, my soup. So I made soup today. I made miso soup. That's one of the things that are really good for your system at this time. And I generally eat a lot of soups because they're really easy and they're very low calorie if you make them with good ingredients, and they're super healthy. So when I ever make the soups, I make them with bone broth and maybe some miso paste. But the bone broth has so much collagen, which is wonderful for your skin. It's just like an injection of hydration. So I always use bone broth, and I get the low sodium ones because you don't want to be putting more salt into your system during this time. You'll probably already feel puffy and bloated. Keep the salt down as much as you can, but obviously still allow yourself to have delicious soups because they're just really nourishing and they're so easy to digest. For me, I ended up putting tofu in mine, and I put carrots and I put wok me. It's just a really lovely combination and super fast. Probably a live stream of me making this on the channel, so I'll definitely link that as well for you guys. And I totally recommend you guys pick up this book. Cycle syncing is the one thing that has made me understand how my body works as a woman better than anything else. And I love In the Flow because it's really actionable. A lot of books are too much science about the thing. I just need to know what I need to do in terms of diet and exercise in order to be my happiest, healthy self. And that's exactly what this book does. Who knew we would be doing story time on my channel? I guess all my book videos could be considered story times. However, we are here on my yoga mat because we need to talk about all of the important exercise things you need to be doing at different parts of your cycle. You can't be doing extremely hard workouts every single day throughout the course of your cycle. You have to tailor your workouts based on where your body is on your hormonal clock. As I mentioned before, this is the first start of my cycle, so the menstrual phase, and I'm not doing any hard workouts. So I'm primarily doing yoga and Pilates and long walks. I normally don't get that many steps. However, I've been getting over 10,000 every day because I've kind of switched my workout. So I'm not running, I'm trying to walk more, and I'm also doing more yoga, stretching, and just more low-key stuff. Your body really needs to rest during this time, so please take the advantage of a more relaxation exercise routine. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the ultimate evening routine to ignite your feminine energy. Today is the first day of my cycle, so I thought it was a perfect time to talk about femininity, cycle syncing, and all things self-care that I do to make sure I take care of my body when it needs some tender loving care and rest. If you're just getting into cycle syncing, definitely check out this book, but for me, the first few days of my cycle are all about resting, recharge, and pamper time. So this whole video will be a ride along for you guys to see what I do on my super special self-care days. Obviously, if you're a long-time viewer, you know I love tea on this channel, and no video is gonna start without my beverage near me. This is my manifestation mug, and I made these a while ago. Definitely go pick one up if you like things like this, but I always have a hot beverage with me because I naturally run so cold. So I kind of just need something as I'm working and going about my day to keep my hands on, because otherwise they're like little ice popsicles. And I also put goji berries in the top. I don't know if you can see. But anyways, I started my routine today. I took a really hot shower. I used some of those vapor pods that you put in the bottom of the shower to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. And I aggressively scrub myself with my dry brush. Then I kind of slather on all of my oils, lotions, and potions body-wise right when I get out, because that's when your body's gonna be the most moist and creams are gonna soak in better. So I come to you clean and ready to do my skincare, but someday we can do like a whole body care routine as well. I just don't have a good filming setup in my bathroom yet. It's coming one day. When I wash my face, there's a few things that I use. I'm having a little trouble with dark spots right now and breaking out, so I've been using a lot of BHAs and AHAs cleanser that I use. And then this is my cleanser to take off my makeup, so I always double cleanse. And then I use this exfoliating cleanser, I don't know, maybe once a week. And this is a powder, but I already did this, so now we're just gonna get into serums and lotions and potions. I have a really, really good serum in here, especially if you live in colder weather. It's turning into summertime where I live, but my skin's still really dry and dehydrated. So I always have like a hydrating essence, and this one's so good. It's kind of like the milky cleanser. Lynette's has a milky cleanser and a cream essence, I think they call it. So the texture is pretty similar to that one. See, it's like milky fluid. Anyway, so this goes on my face. And I do notice a difference in my moisture levels when I use this versus when I don't. So there's no particular actives in here, but this is just gonna help kind of inject your body with moisture. I have a really new fun product line to try for you guys. So this line is called Banish. It's all about getting rid of your acne, which is so helpful for me. As you know, I've been breaking out and I have my dark spots on my chin. So this promises to help, and I'm going to try the whole line out for you guys, but just as a tester today, I wanted to do the little micro needling kit because that in particular will really help with your dark spots. We'll do a full review of it once I've had a chance to really try out the products. This is like an unboxing of a new product. If I decide that it's a good fit, I'll recommend it to you, but now we're just trying it out together. So they sent me their micro needling kit. They have a stamp micro needling tool. If you have any of these at-home device, I will highly recommend you get a stamp as opposed to the rolling micro needlers, because you have a lot more control with a stamp than you do with a rolling thing. There's more of a likelihood that you'll tear your skin if you have a roller versus a stamp, because there's like horizontal movement and also vertical movement as well. Get a stamp if you want to try microneedling at home, but generally speaking, you guys know that I always think you should kind of go into office to do these things because they're just not going to have as effective a result doing it at home versus at dermatologist's office. That doesn't mean this won't help. If you want to just dip your toe in, this is a kind of good way to test the waters before you go numb your face completely and the doctor has a giant microneedling machine. So if you're scared about needles, this is sometimes a better entry point, but you just can't expect the same results from this as you could from an in-office treatment. And if you haven't yet seen it, I had an aesthetics professional on the podcast talking all about skincare, so definitely check out the video with Ashley if you haven't seen it already. The micro needling kit, now there's a few options. This already has a head on it, but they have a few different sizes of needles you can try. They have a 0.25 and they have a 1. I'm not sure, the 0.5 might be the one that's on here. So before you go do this, you're going to have a clean, dry face, okay? We don't need anybody getting an infection while they're trying to get rid of their dark spots. Now, microneedling helps your skin by creating little micro wounds in your skin. These help stimulate collagen and new skin growth for your cells. So that's kind of the whole purpose. And I am aggressively using disinfectant on my hands to make sure there's no germies and creepy crawlies. That's what's happening. Clearly I need a new one of these. All right, so this is nice because she's already clean in here. We don't need to worry about contamination. But she's just a stamp, and I'm gonna lightly stamp over my face. Gently get a sense of the treatment. I've had professional microneedling done, so I've had more aggressive needling done on my face in order to get glowy and help with acne scars. But this should be just a more gentle thing you do at home. It shouldn't be too aggressive. Okay? It doesn't really hurt because there's so many needles across the surface. It doesn't feel like you're being poked deep with one needle. Just gently plot it across your face and that'll kind of get you the results. if you're doing this, do not reuse this needle. This is something belongs in the biohazard bin. It has little tiny pieces of cells and dead skin on it after you've poked yourself. You don't want all of that old skin juice on it when you use it the next time. I actually really like this so far. Really, really easy to use and get kind of even pressure. And I don't think you guys can see on camera, but there's like a really even coating of needles across the surface. And you can see my face is getting a little red. This is expected. You just don't need to go over the same area twice. So you can see here is red because I've stamped it, and here isn't. So I'm just gonna go over the other areas. How is everyone doing, by the way? I've been doing a few different videos on the channel, but I think I'm gonna do more casual videos like this moving forward because everyone seems to like my live streams and I never really script those. I don't try too hard and they get a fair amount of views and you guys seem to really interact with them well. So my thought was that you kind of enjoy the more casual content. So that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. I hope you like it. We'll see how it goes. A lot of my other videos are scripted word for word or very close to word for word. So I've thought a lot about what I'm going to say beforehand and it feels more of like a performance as opposed to just hanging out with you guys. I love everything shower day, by the way, you guys. I really need to make that a normal thing instead of just a thing on a Sunday. I'm also trying to grow out my eyebrows so they're fluffier. What do we think? I'm about to go over my top lip. This is always like a icky area. It kind of hurts sometimes, but let's try it. Feels not ideal. Okay, better. Make sure I got my jawline. This little guy, oh my gosh, I had the giantest pimple there last month. I wanted to talk more about cycle syncing on the channel because I've really gotten out of the habit and it helps my skin so much. If ever I'm breaking out, I know I'm not like taking care of my body properly. So I kind of need to get myself back in line. Alright, so I'm gonna do the nose. This does really help with pores too. If you, like me, have big pores, get one of these guys. It's really helpful. Okay, I think I'm sufficiently red, and you won't stay for very long red after this, so don't be too concerned if you think you look scary. You're not going to go to bed like this. Now, after you've done this, just give it a few seconds to kind of heal over, like it will heal very quickly, and toss this in the bin. We already used that. We're not going to use it again. Let's just look through the rest of the stuff they sent me. I will definitely use the other heads. I think I have 3 more, so I'll do them for a week and then I'll give you guys a full review of the product set. So it looks like they sent me a pumpkin enzyme mask, and that would be pretty good if, you know, you're trying to clear your skin because the enzymes in pumpkin and cantaloupe and papaya actually help to slough off dead skin. We have a calming breakouts fighter gel, a cleanser. I have like my ride or die cleansers, so this could be good, but I probably won't use it on a regular basis. I am very emotionally attached to this cleanser, so that's what I use most of the time. And what do we have? A vitamin C cream. Oh, that's nice. If I have a nice pump like this, sometimes I keep it in my car as like a car hand lotion, so that's probably where this is gonna end up, my car. Dark spot corrector, vitamin C and E. It looks like the line is very vitamin C heavy, which makes sense for brightening, but I think it depends on the person. I tend to shy away from vitamin C when I'm having the breakout because it can exacerbate the breakout, so I tend to leave vitamin C till after the wound is kind of closed over. So this guy, he'll be fine with vitamin C. That'll help lighten it and brighten it. It'll be super helpful. But if I had like an active breakout, I wouldn't want to use it right in this moment and just like wait a little bit till you're healed. Okay, so those are all the new products. This is a sheet mask from my dermatologist. You can definitely check out her website, but I think a lot of sheet masks are just pretty good for hydration. All I'm looking for out of a sheet mask is a little injection of hydration. I don't notice a huge difference between different sheet masks, so I can't really recommend one over the other, but I use these guys before I do the rest of my skincare, and then I will use those biocollagen ones to kind of lock everything in. Let's start with this one, and I will look so crazy, and we'll all have fun together. So we have really good news. I put that on my face and I didn't have any stinging or pain, which means that my skin reacted well to the microneedling and I didn't go too deep, which is great. Actually, I don't look too crazy with this one because it's clear, but I don't really give a shit, so it doesn't matter anyways. Nice. All right, so let's go through the rest of my Pamper Night skincare routine. Always go down your neck. Please, it's so important. You'll notice aging on your neck and your hands. That's why I was saying that I keep a hand cream in the car that's kind of like a serum because it so helps. Right now, this is my favorite body butter. She's the Brazilian Bum Bum cream. It's hard to talk with. Sorry guys. I have got it because of the name and I have got it because it smells so good. It smells like caramel and pistachio. Ugh, big fan. Guys, I gotta take this off. I can't talk. Okay, that's going to be good for today because I'm trying to like share important information and I can't talk because of this mask on my face. So I almost always use this guy when I'm like having a little breakout because something in this Tower 28 spray, it helps like keep the breakouts from coming through the surface. So if I'm traveling, I use this guy, or if I'm just like having a breakout, I use this guy, and when my cycle is starting, I use this guy. I did microneedling today, so I won't be using this guy. When I do use my retinol, I will also use niacinamide, and niacinamide and retinol are like a happy little couple. They work so well together. So definitely get this. I love Korean skincare because it's so affordable, but I usually use this in conjunction with the retinol I get from my dermatologist. Why do all the influencers do this? And then this guy is just like an injection of hydration, and I love that in a lotion or potion, so I'm always using that. And then this is my favorite vitamin C serum. You'll kind of notice a lot of my skincare is Korean skincare. That's because I just have such good luck with it. It's so affordable and I feel like it really delivers. So most of my skincare is like under $30. I don't tend to pay like $70 for a serum or anything, but I tend to keep it in the $20 for a product category. And then this is the cream I use every single night without fail. If you guys want to get more into your feminine energy, I so recommend having Pamper Nights because you need that time to really pull back into yourself and nourish this cute little meat sack we call a body. We work so hard, and as women we can overgive and push ourselves till we're depleted and our hair is falling out and we're breaking out and we're forgetting to eat and we're so stressed we've lost our cycle. It's not good for you. All of your family, your friends want you to be like the happy bubbly woman that you are, and you can't do that unless you take time for yourself to recharge. So I'm doing that on a Sunday because Sunday is the rest day according to God's message, but I mean, you need one day in the week where it's just about you and it's just about taking time to relax. Meaning no technology, no work, no stressful things, and just enjoying your experience of life. I love self-care, so that's why we do skincare on these days. Alrighty, and then let's go in with this guy. This is the Propolis Energy Active Ampule. It's a hydrating serum, guys. That was a lot of words for me. And then I'm just gonna finish off with cream. One of the secrets I've been doing to grow out my eyelashes is using Latisse. It is the only lash serum that works, but you do have to get it from your dermatologist. Yes, I'm a little pink after the microneedling, but no big deal. So I just take the Latisse and I put it on my lashes, and I also put it on my eyebrows. And now we're gonna do some inner work before I get to bed, so come over to my desk with me and we'll get journaling. Alright guys, welcome to my writing desk. I wanted to talk to you about my inner work journaling prompts that I use every day to kind of feel more feminine and to connect with myself. I talk a lot about journaling on the channel, but I don't actually think I see myself journaling on the channel, so I wanted to show you that and to kind of show you how I incorporate that into my evening routine. This is one of my favorite journals. I've had so many journals over the years and I've journaled for as long as I can remember. And these are so cute because they're like little books. I put them in the bookshelf like they're little books. You obviously can use any journal you like, and I every day take an opportunity to say what I'm grateful for and kind of like what I'm praying about for the future. Okay, and then I can kind of go on for ages. But basically what I'll do is I'll go through a list of things that come easiest to mind that I'm grateful for on that day. So I'm super grateful. I have a new apartment that I'll be moving into in about a month, and I'll kind of be having a little life reset as I start that and a new type of work. And I'm also really grateful because I had a family brunch today, and also just seeing all of my family over a charity event this weekend was so like heartwarming for me. And then another thing that I do to kind of like bring more of my feminine energy in, to take care of myself, and also to manifest faster is affirmations. You guys know that I love doing them near the mirror, but I also just do them in my journal as well, because why not? I like, as much as we can enforce that I am a happy, healthy, abundant woman, the better. That's my favorite affirmation that I've been doing recently. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. And then the final journal exercise that I have been loving to do is to do like a letter to my future self. So I'll think about all the things I want to manifest over on that vision board there. I'll talk to myself as if they've already happened, which really helps you get into the energy of having the thing. You can say, I am so happy and grateful now that I have my dream job. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm living in my dream apartment. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have true love in my life. Getting yourself in that emotional energy helps pull it closer to you and magnetize what you want, and it just makes you feel better in the moment. So I love this journal exercise. There we go. So that's all I had for today. And sometimes I really go at it for ages and I'm just here scripting, but I just try to do a little bit every day. If you're trying to do a new habit, you don't have to commit to filling out a whole journal if you want to start journaling. You can start journaling by just doing one small bit of journaling every day. You don't have to make it a big fuss. And that is what helps me kind of keep the momentum of a habit, is just keeping it small, keeping it easy and fun to do. Alright, and then these go right in the bookshelf. So cute. Can you see that on camera? Yeah, look, they're like little books. Okay, and then another thing I do every night before bed is I read. I have been reading the Bible because I try to do a reread every once in a while, and I always think it's helpful to have some kind of wisdom nugget book floating around in your reading list, because there's so much amazing spiritual information out there that has helped me to grow as a person, become more feminine, to trust the process of life more, and just to understand that the things I'm dealing with are part of the human condition and not necessarily something only me and my lonesomeness is dealing with. It helps me to read things like this at night to feel more calm, relaxed, and trusting God's message. Now, my work on manifestation and designing your dream life to engineer your dreams will always suggest that you have some kind of higher power to trust in order to make you feel at ease and have faith that the process of manifestation will work out and that your life is moving in the right direction. It doesn't have to be this religion, it could be many others. I've read most religious books because I feel like they're really important to understand people and our world, but there's tons of other books that you can read to kind of get those life wisdom nuggets that help you feel optimistic for the future. One that I always suggest for people who are not super religious but definitely need some kind of like wise guidance in their life is the 12 Rules for Life. And this has helped me a lot. It's a lot more actionable than reading a deeper philosophy book. I love them, but this is more like actual new agey philosophy, and there's some really concrete things in here that help you become the best version of yourself. I always read a physical book towards the end of the day because I'm trying to get off technology, and I know I'm filming now, but I'm trying to get off technology and I'm trying to get myself ready for bed. And I will do my reading like in front of the fire, or I'll do my reading as I get cozy and ready for bed, but I won't actually read in bed, because the only thing you should be doing in bed is sleeping or having fun. It's not the place to be doing work, to be reading, because it kind of tricks your brain into thinking that it's not a place to sleep. You should only be sleeping in the bed. I also totally forgot to show you guys my red light, so I just wanted to put this on screen a little bit because we talked about microneedling earlier in the channel. This is a really great thing to help with your acne scars, to help with wrinkles and overall skin tone. And if you've done anything abrasive to your face, this helps heal faster. So I totally recommend that. This one is from Saluma. I talked about this with Ashley on my podcast. This is one of the at-home devices I would recommend you getting if you want an at-home LED mask. And I'll end up taking a nap with my face under this for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And there's two settings. There's an acne and a wrinkle setting. I always put on the wrinkle setting because I am an old woman. Just kidding. I am a grandma on the inside, but I kind of like my pushy, mature people things. Anyways, so you choose the setting that you want and then you just press play. It kind of strobed on camera, but this is really helpful because the panel bends. I kind of just bend it into a little arc and I sleep and hang out under it. And it's relaxing, it's warm, it doesn't feel weird or anything. I look scary with it on me though, so I'm sure it's distracting on camera. Basically a very bright light that'll help give you better skin. And I do this most days to kind of make myself glowy and youthful. All right, and next in our pimple routine, I'm gonna do my nails because they've grown out so much. When I go to the salon, they usually last about 3 weeks. We are past time to do them. So I'm gonna redo my nails. I think I'm gonna do some really cute press-ons that I found. I think my nails are healthy enough to take press-ons and I want the design so much. So we'll see if I end up doing an at-home gel kit or the press-ons. We'll see, but I'm really excited. It's always a process to take my nail polish off, but I'm gonna film it as kind of like relaxing B-roll vibes for you guys so you can see the process as I go through. I always watch my show as I do my nails to kind of make the process go by faster.
Getting double teamed is usually much more fun than this.